everybody, my name is Chris, and this will be my spoiler review for Loki Season 2. The finale is finally here. Now, let's get into this. So, the finale of Season 2 of Loki has now premiered on Disney Plus. And you know how it goes usually, like 9 times out of 10 we get to the finale of a Marvel Disney Plus show and we heard this song and dance before. Cool moments, it felt very rushed. It didn't feel like this season needed to happen. What the hell was the point of that setup for the next season? Now with Loki. Oh no. That's not what we're doing here. Loki continues to be the best Marvel Disney Plus show. It's just the content they have made here is just real exciting, and it's like a real potential that if this much attention to detail was put into the story, the characters and the narrative as a whole in the season, and all of these Disney Plus shows will be coming off a lot more impactful. Now, I think that overall, the thing that made season 2 of Loki feel really good and satisfying is as close is because it's the creative team envisioned season 1 and 2 to be a complete book and story. This might make you feel sad, but don't expect Loki season 3 to happen. We had the writer of the show say we approach this like two halves of a book. Season 1 first half, season 2 we close the book on Loki and the TVA. And oh my, in this finale you can definitely feel that things come full circle, tying up in stuff from the first season and even just Loki's character throughout the entire beginning of the MCU. After this episode of Loki season 2, Loki now just is right off the top of the three most developed MCU character as a whole. It's right out there, top 3. I definitely want to continue gushing about what happened and where his character ended up, but let me get into some of the things that I also really enjoy about season 2. Now, being back a lot is the one of the things that I really enjoy about season 2 of Loki is bringing back a lot of the returning characters of season 1 and members like Mobius, Owen Wilson, and Servi. I like the group dynamic, although the TVA felt a little smaller this season, which was contributing to me feeling like they went for a small scale threat, and it really worked out in the end for me because it was again all to develop Loki and to show that he's become friends with someone and he now cares about something. This is the same Loki that was technically terrorizing New York City and trying to take over Earth. I love why they include here and showing what members of the TVA lives were like outside of the TVA. That brought some emotional weight to the characters, and Obi, Boris, played by Kihui Kwan. I just look up, that's how you pronounce the name, and that's how he said it. But I remember being kind of pissed off whenever they announced that he was added onto Loki season 2 because I love this actor so much and I feel he deserves a much bigger, grander role in the actual movies. That I thought they were going to underutilize him for Loki season 2, and no, he's almost in every single episode. He's extremely funny, he's so likable, and he was one of the main reasons I really like turning back and watch each episode of Loki. It was just a fascinating character to watch. Now, you know, getting into the things of Jonathan Majors as Victor Timeline and He Who Remains, and putting his personal legal drama aside, looking him as just an actor, man, I really like him as Cam. I, I love that the show was able to put out the He Who Remains character one more time and tie back to the ending of season one, because that's kind of the finest variant of Cam for me. His acting is also phenomenal, and even the way he starts mimicking his other variants like Victor Timely. I remember when season one ended up, and I'm wondering if people are still feeling that way with season two. A lot of people were disappointed that the finale were sitting down and talking dialogue. I don't know. For me, I was at the edge of my seat with the finales. It was just fantastic. Every sentence being said back and forth, you can feel the actual weight put into the story and what the characters are saying, and it doesn't feel like what Marvel sometimes has become with just a joke fest or trying to get to the punchline. Like, everything here felt so serious, and I really appreciate that. And getting into like the time slipping stuff, man, the that make Loki such an OP character, and I'm glad that the show took a great way into progressing that power and ability. I was kind of shocked by how much he was able to do by the end of it. Like when the title card came up and the sentries went on, but he had learned quantum mechanics, physics, and all of that. I was like, even if I had those powers, I don't know if I sit down and learn all that. But I love kind of the Groundhog Day nature of him, repeating and living the same day over and over. And I thought it was really fun. But after gushing about what I really enjoy and like about season 2, let's get into some of the big spoilery details, cause Loki ends up getting what he's always wanted, a throne, becoming a king, and essentially becoming the new He Who Remains. And I freaking love this ending for Loki. I think it was just the best. Now, I'm not sure where they're going to take things next. We can speculate on that in just a second. But the way this episode was building towards, they even got us a hint with showing us the recap at the beginning of the episode. TV shows always kind of spoil what direction they were headed in those recaps, and they keep bringing up the line there about he wants to be a king. He's burdened with glorious purpose, like he's meant to own a throne. And I was like, why are they bringing this kind of stuff in the recap? And then, oh, I see why. And I want to bring out a pet peeve I have with the MCU, starting with Thor Ragnarok. Now, while I enjoyed that movie and it's a lot of fun, one thing that I really didn't like that I hate about the film is the way they handle the character of Loki and then becoming the ruler of Asgard. And the Loki's characterization and progression throughout the past MCU movies, it's just it was actually, if he was given like the chance to actually rule Asgard, I know he would try his best to be a good king. He actually cares about those people. He wants the respect and admiration. So when Ragnar was just making him this silly king who just puts on a dumb plane and has people think him through, I was like, that's not what Loki will actually do with that power. Maybe he start a couple of wars with the realms, but he will take uh, the people of Asgard and protect them, and because the people will respect him, and it really pissed me that off when later they gave like the throne to Valkyrie. Now, nothing against the Valkyrie character. I really like Valkyrie, but I feel like her rise to power didn't feel earned in the MCU. I feel it was so random, and with Thor not having interest in Ram for King, even protect his people. Like, what is going on with the Asgard side of things? So now we get to this point in the MCU, and Loki is finally giving what he's always wanted, and this is the throne. This is glorious purpose. Rebirthing, and it's kind of like the perfect ending for him. He's given that throne, but he's not free. He's stuck there, and he's forced to have this timeline in check and thrown away once the shouldn't exist, like the ones being getting rid of Kang variants. There was like a small Easter egg talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, where Morris says, "Oh, they got rid of Kang. He was in 616." Adjacent, which I'm assuming that they said that because it was in the quantum room. So now kind of speculating on what they could do here. Marvel has a real out with the Kang problem. Now that is if Kevin Feige and the Marvel team, they don't want to waste Jonathan Majors trial in real life, and whether he's going to be found guilty or innocent. They can now go to Loki as essentially the bear coming up in the MCU, or at least a version of him that make it sound like this was always going to happen, even with or without the things going on outside in the world. This doesn't feel like an imminent rewrite just to get rid of Jonathan Majors' scam. But now I think they have a real setup here. If they do want to step away from Cam, Loki could kind of fill in those shoes. But will this Loki then meet up with the Avengers team when it's time to fight all the Kans? He's obviously trying to get rid of a lot of them. So if he's still on the good side and wanted to be a better version of He Who Remains, he might team up with those Avengers in Kane Dynasty or Secret Wars. We heard rumors that in the other projects the MCU is developing, the TVA is going to want to be setting up like an army of superheroes to fight Kane variants. So Loki could be the leader or commander of that, and he has contacts with superhero beings before, so I think he knows which variants to start with, and I guess we have to wait and see on that. But honestly, when it comes to it, super satisfying with the finale of Loki season 2, and the three of his branching timelines. I was like, oh my god, it's the tree of life from Thor, and like everything came together in a great way and satisfying. I think I was blown away by that. It's still the best MCU show today, I think, because they really took the time to develop the character of Loki and the supporting character, interesting arcs and backstory, and really tell like this is the story we're going to tell, and I think we're going to tell it in this amount of episodes over the course of 2 seasons, and then we're going to like close that chapter. And I think that they did that in a very satisfying way. I think they took the time to make it right. The story here, it really, and the characters really feel really fleshed out. So I really appreciate that, because I think that's some of the problems that a lot of NCU projects are having. But those are my thoughts on the season finale of Loki season 2. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoy Loki season 2. If you like this video, hit the like button, consider subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.